Good morning, Veve fam. This week to the podcast, I got an invitee that I didn't knew nothing about before inviting him, and the reason's pretty simple. I'm gonna try to explain it really fast before letting you listen to this podcast. But I didn't know nothing about the invitee, which is called informant. I've saw a few reply and comment on Twitter last week. I was like, this guy sounds interesting. I want to learn more about him. And the best way for me was to invite him right away to the podcast, on which he was like super favorable to come on with. And the podcast happened yesterday. And just before the podcast, I went on my little research about him. And this is at the moment that I've learned that he was like a YouTuber with over 170,000 subscriber. He was a Cryptoy ambassador. He's a big Veve fan member. He's a big player. So it bring me so many questions during this discussion, and we have an amazing moment. To be honest, it was 1 hour 45 minutes of discussion, and I think it would have been possible for us to continue doing so if we didn't have other things to do. So let me know if this conversation was an amazing one. Leave me a comment, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. So peace. So I'm gonna be with informant. How do you feel?
I feel good. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me on. I appreciate it. This should be great. I can't wait to talk to you and just tell you what my thoughts are about everything, and maybe hear your thoughts too.
Yeah, as everybody know, I want to talk about almost everybody about what's gonna be the progress they see in their domain they're in, the domain their work or they're only passionate about. No matter what, I know you're someone in the Veve community too, so I reach out to you. I was like, yeah, it sounds this guy sounds interesting, and after I invited you, I went through your portfolio, your bio, and was like, oh my god, you like got 170K subscriber on YouTube. God, I wasn't expecting that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna invite him right away. It's already invited, so I was like, it's gonna be fun. I went through your live. You just went out of the live.
Yes.
I've
Yep.
listened the end of it because you write it. You write to me. You're like, I'm gonna be late. I'm still on live. I'm gonna go listen to it. I'm like, don't worry, don't stress yourself. And to be honest, you're so entertaining. That's amazing. Your face wasn't even there, and I was like, God, he's so fun. So fun to listen. To be honest, the game looks like nothing. What
Right.
you were
It's not a
screaming
special
about?
looking game. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. So I'm speaking too much, like you're gonna see pretty much during this conversation. So what was it about? Just the live.
Yeah. So the live one is Muzzle Run, which is a Greyhound racing game. Actually, really big in Australia. So a lot of the hours are different, from the U.S. hours. But yeah, I got involved. And I said, I'd love to do some streaming for you. I knew a few people who did that, and they give me like $400, $500 a week to give out on free races. So I run these free races to get people involved and in, and that's what it is. Now, yeah, the look isn't like, a major game or like a PlayStation game or anything like that, but it's a fun game. Like it's not about the graphics. It's not Minecraft graphics, but it's not great, but it's about the racing. You put your dogs in and you can win cryptocurrency and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun, and people tune in. And I usually try to get Veve people to tune in. I'll do a Veve stream and then move into one of these. Today, I just did a muzzle run because there was no Veve drop. So that's what I did. It's a lot of fun.
To be honest, I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, it sounds like a lottery, but it sounds like fun, and it was like uh, dog race.
Yeah, Greyhound. Yeah, dog race.
Greyhound?
Like in the US, they banned a lot of Greyhound racing. Like in Tampa, where I used to live, there was Greyhound racing. So, but this is ethical because they're NFTs, right? You're not hurting them, right? So,
Yeah.
I guess it's better than real Greyhounds. So, but I like it. It's a lot of fun.
Do you think the system is legit?
Yes.
It's still
So,
right?
and this is a good question because there's another one that I play, which is Photo Finish Live, and that's horse racing, and they're actually backed by NBC and Churchill Downs. Now, this company, you know, they have to run through testing. You know, a lot of them will have a third party test to make sure there's no cheating. It's random stuff like that. The good thing is like my races are free. So even if it was like I don't cheat, I do set up my own races. And you saw me win today, and it makes me feel kind of uncomfortable when I'm in my races and
Yeah.
win. Although I don't get paid for it. So if I win, I guess that's like getting paid for it. But I try to make it so because the players that are good are really good. Like if you were new, you'd have no chance. And you think you're going to play a game if you don't win? No way. So I make these games that kind of screw over the good players. They have no clue what's going on. And it's basically random just to get people interested and involved in the game. But I do think it's legit, but it's a great question because all these projects, you could be very worried about all of this stuff. Like I'm not worried about them stealing my money or anything like that. They're a decent size, but they're not huge because obviously you don't even know about them. So, but I'm not worried
Yep.
about them being a
On the
scam. Yeah.
side of the security, sometimes with games like that, I bet you're using like MetaMask to play.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
When this happened, the security knowledge is to use a new free MetaMask for every game you're
Absolutely.
gonna try.
Yeah,
That's the rule. That's the rule.
it's
So
a good rule.
uh, you're not gonna lose million of dollars if you didn't put million of dollars in the wallet. You're playing
Ex-
the role game with it, you know. So
right.
you have to use your mind, I think. But the point was, I was wondering, is
Mhm.
that you do you build your dog? You said like, oh, you can win even if you're a new player.
Mhm.
Okay, but how's that working? You know, that feels weird to me at the moment. Like you just buy a dog and oh, he got good stats. Let's go. What?
Well,
How's that work?
yeah, yeah. So I actually try to get people free dogs when they join. Like my goal is to get people on. Obviously, Muzzle Run wants to make money, right? That's their
Yeah.
goal. But right now, they've made a system where it's more about growing than making money. I saw that with Photo Finish Live, which is a big company now. Even if you haven't heard of it, you know NBC, Churchill Downs. That's huge to have those as investors. Um, so basically with the dogs you can learn to race them, right? They have free races, you put them in, you race them. It's going to get confusing here, but you actually have rabbits that you can tie to your dog at certain distances, and you just race it hundreds of times and get this data, right? You're getting all this data
Okay.
and you dial in. So a red rabbit's good at 200, 250, 300 meters, and then you have another funnel for the next three. It can be very difficult. A lot of time, people sit there all day long just dialing in. Or you could just have some people run races where you basically don't have rabbits, which is what I do to make it fair for everyone who haven't trained. And you just have a good dog and you throw it in. I run best of the worst races. That means you want to have a bad dog. You literally want to lose. And that's kind of what I did today, where you want to have a bad dog. Well, everyone can have a bad dog, right? That gives everyone a
Yeah.
chance. So but yeah, you can spend a lot of time training them, racing them, but at least they allow you to do the training for free. There are paid races; they're very inexpensive. A couple Matic to join them. I don't normally do those. I just do the free races and try to dial in. That's what I tell people to do. And like you said with a MetaMask, anytime I ask anyone to join, I'm like, set up a new MetaMask because like crypto can be scary, right? Like if they've never done it, you want a new MetaMask, be careful. But yeah, it's a process learning how to race these hounds, but it's fun if you have the time. You know, some people just don't want to put the time in, and so they'll join the best of the worst races I run for free, and maybe they win, maybe they don't. It's a lot of fun. Right?
To me, it was when I was looking at it before. I was like, when you were streaming, I was like, damn, it doesn't look like just random, like randomizer. You know, oh, and number two win the race. I was like,
Right.
there's like, it seems like there's a big system underneath, and that was the part that was like interesting to me, and yeah, that was why even if the graphic wasn't great, I was like, oh damn, that might be fun. That might
Yeah,
be the first game with bad graphic that it was like,
that was
uh,
actually
maybe I want to play. What's
Like
that
I said,
game? You know?
I can get you in for free. I mean, the thing
Yeah.
is that that race that you saw, like I didn't even know what I did. Like at the last minute, I put it together. It was like seventh, fourth, and first. If you would get 0 points, but if you got to the finals, seventh, fourth, or seventh, first, and fourth would be the first place winner. So I literally made it random. So it didn't matter if you try to game the system. It was so random. There's nothing you could do to win. Like you could be a professional player. It was total chance, which I like to do because I'm telling you, these players in there are so good. They'll have the worst dog. They'll have the best
Yeah.
dog. They'll have a dog that can win in the middle. So I just randomize it myself and I'm
But
allowed to do it.
you can do that just because you can create those rays. Is everybody can create rays?
No, no, no. Only so
Okay, yeah.
streamers like me, there's like 10 of them can do it. They run their own races too. So they have their own races, special races of the month, stuff like that. Those they deal with. The stuff we do is supposed to just be fun. So yes, like could I game the system for me to win? I guess so. I could I could be like, all right, I'm going to do this. I can play this dog. Normally I'm making the races like 20 minutes before I go live. So I don't cheat, but I definitely feel like sometimes it looks like it, which is why I'd like them to have some type of randomizer I could use when I'm creating these so nobody feels that way. But also, I could run a wheel live and say, all right, what places do we want to be the winner? And that would take it out of my hand. And that's something I've been thinking about. Although those
Yeah.
randomizer wheels, those feel like cheating because I see those and the same people always win on those. So I don't know.
Yeah, you have to use online website that people already trust as legit most of the time, you know. And
Right.
yeah, but still, I think that's pretty amazing that you're doing it just to bring people and to show people like, yeah, you can have little game in the Web3 that are fun to play.
Exactly.
There's many streamers that are doing many type of race
Yes.
from what I understand, and yeah, that's the first time to be really honest that I'm like that's so looking bad. Like
Right.
super 2D, and people don't know me are like, yeah, Jess doesn't like 2D shits and
Right.
we prefer 3D. We're in 2024. Give me
Right.
3D stuff, please. You know, but I might be interested to play. You know, I'm gonna look into it maybe this week because
Yeah,
yeah,
look into it.
it
Let me
was
know.
fun looking to you. To be fucking honest, so I was like,
I
yeah,
was like, it is. I mean, like it's weird that I got into this because of Photo Finish Live. You should check that out too. That now that looks good. That's like horse racing. Looks
what's
much
up?
better. Yeah, Photo Finish Live. Photo Finish Live. That's the one that I said that NBC and Churchill Downs is a partner with them.
Okay,
And that they do the Kentucky Derby. Normally that's once a year. They do it every month. They do a virtual one. You should now I don't stream for them. I have been on streams with one of my friends, Mono's over there and streamed with him, but I don't do special streams for them. I just race in there sometimes. So I like that. But yeah,
when
you're
you
right.
stream,
These
that's for your own fun.
Yes, I just or I
Yeah,
don't even stream. I just play it for my own fun. And if my friend asks me on to go on, that's difficult too. I mean, all these games, but like you said, most of the stuff out there just looks like crap, right?
yeah.
Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. I love Tetris. I don't know if you like Tetris. That's not a great looking game, right? Like it's just puzzle pieces you're putting together. So I like
My
the
wife like
gamification.
Tetris, but oh my god, I dislike this game so much.
It's the thing is that graphics don't always I'm old, so I dealt with crappy graphics back in the 90s, late 80s, stuff like that. So I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Better
My
than what we
first console was the whole Atari.
the Atari. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it was fun. There was game I liked on it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm 2024. I had a PC since I have five in my hand.
Oh
I'm like 36 years old. The
yeah.
first PC I had on my hand didn't even have Windows on it. You know,
Oh wow.
so
Yeah.
and there was game on it, little game like sometimes there was game with a little truck. There was a road to drive. You know, that was ridiculous to be honest. But still, now I feel like we deserve a little bit more of graphic.
Oh for sure.
But still, I have an issue right now with this thoughts lately because to be honest, good graphic are incredible, But if I'm gonna take the example of Illuvium, on which I'm gonna be doing a little video on on this channel soon, it's an incredible game. I'm on the beta. I'm a tester. You know,
Oh wow.
it look it look like crazy hell, but it takes so long to get out. You know, oh my god, I want to play this game for like 3 years.
Oh
That's
wow.
taking
Yeah.
too long. I'm fucking bored to wait. I'm not even sure I'm gonna want to play anymore because I'm like, yeah, yeah,
3 years is a long time, and I get it. I've had that conversation with other people. It's like everyone. This is one of the things I hate about a lot of projects. Oh, they promise, and promise, and
yeah.
they never deliver. They never deliver, and
You're right.
that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And after 3 years, I could see being bored, not wanting to wait any longer.
To be honest, that's a big issue to me. I think that's the big problem. That's gonna be the same for non Web3 game. I'm gonna take the example of Ark Survival 2 that was supposed to be coming like this year or last year. No, they cancel it. They postpone it to a date that we don't know. They put out Ark Ascended, which is incredible, but that's just a revamping of the first Ark
Right.
Evolved. Yeah, which is still a great game, incredible. They're doing updates lately that seems to be good for the game, but uh, I feel yeah, it's taking too long. Yeah,
I
and we
think it
need
is.
more fun. Game need to be
I
fun.
agree. I totally agree.
That's
I mean,
the issue
and
lately.
that's what we're waiting for on a lot of this. And like you say, we're 2024. A- I was expecting back in the day a lot more to be happening right now than what we're seeing. But hopefully we're turning a corner. Hopefully we're turning a corner. But we'll see.
Yeah. What do you expect as progress in this? I mean, in the Web3 gaming, maybe that
Yep.
seems to be the thing that you're looking the most.
Yeah, I think the Web3. So I'm a Cryptoys ambassador. I don't know if you're familiar with that project. Uh,
I'm a little bit, but I didn't know you were an ambassador.
Yes, I'm an ambassador for Cryptoys. So again, we're coming back to the gamification, Web3, where their goal is to have toys to play with, uh, do some gaming stuff you can play, parents and kids and stuff like that. I think it's important. I think that's the way to bring everyone together, right? Like our kids like Fortnite, they like Minecraft, they want games, and this can bring somebody my age together with my son, and we can play together. I love that idea. And I also think that our kids are primed to buy digital collectibles, NFTs, whatever you want to call them. My kid doesn't want to collect anything physical. Everything's digital, skins. I want this skin. I want Roblox crap. It's all digital stuff. So they're ready to buy all that. So these projects are kind of early, but it's exciting to see it because I know when they're just a little bit older, they're going to buy into this whole Web3 NFT gaming system. And I think it's going to work out. Now, some people are skeptical. Crypto has its issues, right? Cryptocurrency has its issues
Mhm.
that I wish they could fix, because you shouldn't be scared sending NFTs to somebody or money. I think that that's not a good thing for the masses to bring in. But some place like Cryptoys is set up for the masses because you can buy it with fiat. And you will be able to buy it and trade with cryptocurrency in the future. So yes, I think gamification is important. Gamesodes, have you heard of Gamesodes? I don't know if you know that one. Um, they actually got the rights to Inspector Gadget. I don't know if you remember that cartoon or if you ever saw
Yeah, I
that.
remember it pretty well.
Yes. So they got, I actually just talked to Davis Breimer, who's the CEO of Gamesodes. And they're expanding to something new. He didn't tell me yet. I just talked to him last week. They're going to be doing something bigger, and they're in talks with all the same people that everyone else is, Disney, all of them. I don't know what that means with them, but they have the rights to the first 2 seasons of Inspector Gadget, and basically they've revamped, remastered the old video so it looks good, and they've made it into a game. So again, gamification, I think that's where it's going. I think that's where it brings both worlds together, people, gamers, it brings kids and parents, and like I said, fiat, like if you can just buy in with fiat, and maybe it exposes them to the cryptocurrency part. I think that's where everything's going. So I think it's exciting. I think though we're still kind of early, and we're gonna have to see where it goes from here.
Do you consider? I don't. I feel like I'm gonna jump from subject, but I don't want to stretch it out too much. But do you feel that the master collector program from Veve is a kind of gamification, or do you feel it's more like a loyalty program?
I mean, that's a good question. I didn't actually think of it as gamification. I think it's kind of loyalty. And then of course you have people that will go in and game the system, right? And bought all the rares and what's the best way to get the points and all of this. I think it should be to reward the big collectors. Uh, I'm a collector, but I'm not like huge. You know, these guys that have 5 million, master collectors with 5 million points and they, um, it's interesting. Gamification of the point. Yeah, I mean, it should just be for like the good collectors. That's what I think it should be. Like the more you collect, because I know people who don't put any money in. Like a lot of times I did a lot of flipping and collected what I want. So I have money in there enough to go buy. Then there's the people that just don't care. They just put in they just constantly putting money in buying stuff.
Yeah,
They should be
I'm not
rewarded.
flipping much.
You're not a flipper at all.
Yeah, sometimes. Some piece.
Sometimes
I got some piece that I hold. I'm like, yeah, but now they went so low that some flip didn't work. But yeah, I hold some piece to flip sometime, but like not much.
it's hard to get. It's a hard market now, and
It's
I
a
know.
job, to be honest, when you have to look at the market like every 2 hour maximum.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. Like
Yeah,
if it's a day of a drop, I'll try to flip. I know you saw
yeah,
me because somebody thought I was a bot and cheating and all that,
yeah, that was
right?
the comment, but I
The-
don't. Man, don't jump, don't jump on conclusion based on the comment on, you know, you you to me you can't blame someone on assumption.
right.
That's ridiculous, you know. So yeah, I don't want to be honest. Don't want to talk about the fact that maybe someone think you're cheating. Yeah, sometimes you flip like most of us do.
Right.
Some of us don't, but I don't think that's a big issue as long as you don't plan to
Yes.
dump. When I mean by dumping, it's mean like and I don't even talk about the Omi coin because to me in trading, eh, y- everybody's gonna get dumped on the Omi coin because this is
Right.
how trading work. But on the collectible, that's also the how the world works in the physical collectible world. People are
Right.
flipping, so yeah, I don't have any issue with that. I think it's pretty normal as long as it's not malicious with bad
Exactly.
intention. You know. Well,
Exactly. I think
you
like
you know what you people know when they're doing something bad. I
I mean,
think they
like
know.
trying to control 10% of the market on one of the
Yeah,
yeah, that type of stuff, the manipulation, the people that go in there. I know there's clubs out there. They're like, buy it out, then sell it, screw everyone. That stuff I don't like. It's illegal in the US. I mean, if they were to get
yeah,
caught in the US, they're gonna go to jail. Yeah, I don't like those pump and dump groups and stuff. It happens, and that stuff pisses me off because it does hurt the new collectors, and they
yeah,
think they can make a lot of money, and then they get hurt. So but it
yeah.
happens.
That's something so awful. But that's something that's not only in Web3. That's
That's true. It's the real world, right?
yeah, yeah. As I said, it mainly come from the physical collectible world. When you're gonna jump into Web3, it's not gonna be different.
It's true.
Yeah. I think this crime to fraud people is probably as old as the oldest work.
Scam
You
work
know.
like the tulips. Remember the tulips? Like in the 1600s, there was a big run on tulips. Yeah,
No.
this is like in the market. It was just everyone was buying for like a few months, and they were so expensive. And then everyone figured it out, and the market just dropped. It's an old story. Yeah, but it's all these scams have been here forever. So
Yeah,
it happens.
that's helpful that people still trying it, but I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's never ever gonna stop. People are still gonna try.
Yeah,
You know.
I agree. Anywhere there's money, people are going to do it.
Yeah. So on Vivi, what might be the progress that you see? Because right now we're like Vivi, and I'm gonna go with my speculation a little bit because I think it's my I think it's interesting, and I want to hear your thoughts about that.
Sure.
We got Veve collectible, the first Veve app. We got Veve music, Veve comic. Sorry, I
Yeah.
think we're gonna get Veve music.
We did get, well, we just got that jukebox. What was it,
Yeah,
two
but I
weeks ago?
think
Yeah.
we're gonna get another app soon.
It's possible. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I think a
Did
lot's
you
gonna
see
go.
on this juice box when they announced it on the bottom? There was written Veve vibes.
Yes.
I think that's gonna be the next app.
That'd be crazy if they're gonna do, now they got the
I,
comic
I think
reader, and that would be
I was
great.
thinking about it, and to be honest, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the next thing they're hiding it to us. It's gonna be Veve Vibe and maybe Veve Sport or a Veve Game.
That would be awesome too. I'd like the sports. They did the boxing gloves, right? So that kind of got us into the sports. I think that all of
Yeah.
those are great, would be great. I hope. I really hope that happens. That'd be exciting.
What do you think they're gonna do next?
So, well, I think it's interesting with this comic viewer. I think it's good. I think it's good because there is that chance. I know you can buy just a viewer, and or you can buy this limited edition. I just talked about this on my stream the other day, is
Mhm.
that if you think about like the Kindle White, right? People went from reading books, then 20 years ago, maybe a little less, 20 years ago, we had this little device. We could now start reading books on like a little tablet.
Yep.
And it took a while for people to adopt that, but it became pretty big. And it didn't get rid of books altogether, but they're not as popular now. And so there are people who are going to be like, you know what? I don't have to go get this physical thing and hoard comics in my house, but I just want to read it. I don't care about collecting it. But maybe there's a comic that comes out where they're like, you know what? I really like this. Maybe I want that limited edition. That'd be kind of cool. This is something I've been looking forward to. So I think that's where the bridge could happen. Like, they're going to start off like, I don't need that collectible stuff. I don't need to sell. I don't want to deal with that. And then, but after a while, maybe after just reading, they convert and they start collecting. Just like we saw people from Veve go from digital to physical. And that makes me excited. So I think having that deal with Marvel is really big, and it puts them in a place where they can move on to other big things, because they can, hopefully this proves to be really big. Other than that, where they go, I was excited about the boxing gloves because of the sport aspect. I think the market right now, we have a lot of people in there that are really in there to just flip and make money. So we got to
Yeah.
adopt more collectors. And that's going to take a little while, because people have been scared off. People who used to be here got scared off because, like you said, we had collectibles that were worth a lot, and now they're worth, maybe we lost a lot of money, maybe we didn't. People were scared off, but I see good things. I feel like Vivi's made a turn. They're listening to us more, maybe not all the time, but they're listening to us more. They're changing the price structure, the amount of collectibles that there are. I didn't like this weird thing with the releasing all these comics at the same time. I didn't think that the way they did it was great, but I like the fact that they've set up this new avenue for comics and for people in the world to be brought into Veve. So
To be honest, it was supper here when it dropped, and it was at the table, and it was like, what
what's
the
going on?
is that? Like, why? We don't need another app. What is that? I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a headache. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. Why are they doing that? I was like,
Yeah,
there's
why?
no reason to do that. Okay. But after a moment, I was like, oh, this might be a great thing. It's gonna be help to bring people that already only are like reader on the web
Yep.
to our app, and it's gonna bring them some collectible comics. That's super
Yeah.
interesting. I was like, yeah, I like the idea. The thing that is missing to me is the ability to buy some physical comic too on the day of every drop. Yeah, the every that's like every Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, I
They're
think that it's
dropping.
going to be the normal comics, because these are coming out the same date that they're releasing physical.
I want
Yeah,
them to sell me some physical,
I
and I
agree.
want them to sell me the full bundle. The physical with a blind
Yes.
box. This is what I want because I'm gonna be like it. I want them both anyway. Real collector gonna want them both,
Yeah.
And the first time they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's a good website. I'm gonna buy a physical piece. It's gonna be coming to their home by the post. It's gonna be good looking, great. Everything's gonna be fine." Yeah.
Right.
Next step, I want to buy it with the digital piece.
Yes.
It's gonna be missing to them one day. They're gonna be buy one. The first one's gonna buy is gonna bring like 100 future
Oh,
buy.
yeah.
So that's what's missing, and I'm preparing an email to the team about it because and to David because I got the David U email,
Oh, yeah.
but still I'm not using that. We're not talking like every week. I just got it because for a few reasons. Will be too long to explain here. Many people that know me already know. That's mainly because of maple syrup. We got into
Okay.
that, and
Okay.
David wanted some. So yeah.
And you got the good stuff up there. Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah, if you want some, we can get you
you could
some,
get
and
some.
that it's gonna came from my family.
Ooh,
The place where it's gonna be extracted. It's
wow.
from it's my at my family.
As I say,
Got
that
one.
stuff's like gold. I know people steal that. I've heard a big, like $30 million steal, barrels of that. But
Yeah,
that's a
that's
great,
ridiculous to a certain extent, but yeah, it's
yeah,
worth a lot of money.
yes.
A little can
Oh my God, it's
at the
insane
market,
over here.
it's like 10 to 15 Canadian dollars, which is I don't know if you're in the US or not, but
Yeah, I'm
we're
in the US. Yeah, it's like
pretty,
eight, like you said, it's a basically $10 for a little thing. If you go to like a restaurant, you don't even get the real stuff. And if you do, they're charged
yep.
$5 for one of those little tiny, tiny bottles of it that is
Yeah.
for like one use. But yeah, I love your idea of the physical along with this. Could you imagine like if you could get like if you got the secret rare, you got the secret rare physical or something like that, or maybe even have where some have a signature on them, like
Yeah.
so
With
exclusive.
variation of cover, that's
Oh,
right. Oh my
man, I'd
god,
love it.
the
It would go crazy. It
yeah.
would definitely
You're so great. I didn't even thought about that. It was like I just need the physical with it. But you're like,
right.
yeah, with the special cover. Oh yeah. Yeah,
I'd
with
love
the
it.
special cover would be so nice. Because there's like 100 version of the secret rare. Yeah, but there's 100 version in physical too. So it's
Right.
gonna bring so many people into
Yes.
collectible because you can get
Oh,
it, but only if you buy the bundle.
that's right. That's right. I love
Oh
it.
man.
You have it. Yeah.
Uh,
Convince them. Convince
We're
Dave.
gonna revolutionize Vv ourselves. They don't need the team anymore. We're there.
That's right. They don't.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
great idea. It's a good
but
idea, though.
still, I'm gonna have to share them with you. Share the clip with them. I think that's it. Um, I think it's gonna be the same with Funko Pop. You know, when
Yeah.
you buy one, you buy the digital and you get the physical, or you buy the physical, you get the digital with it. I think I'm waiting for the next Funko drop. To be honest, uh,
On
I'm
the
pretty
app, you're saying on Vivi they're going to do more because it went well for them. That Funko drop went really well for them.
it take more less than 48 hour on the Funko website to sell out, and that's a gold series. Not
Yep.
every gold series sell out.
No.
But most of the time when there's like less than 10,000 edition of a Funko Pop, it's super rare.
Right.
There's like 5,000 total of this Funko Pop, so it sell out like right away,
Instant,
and
yep.
I'm pretty sure that that's uh, a four-figure collectible in the future. Like,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I wish they would do it again. I mean, unfortunately, I did not get one. There's so many projects. I'm buying stuff. I'm spending so much money.
and
You got to
to
pick
be
and
honest,
choose,
it
but
was expensive.
yeah, it really was.
$250
Yep,
Canadian minimum, and shipping wasn't included with that because
that's
I'm in
right.
Canada, so I had to ship it to a proxy place, and they
Yep.
ship it to me afterward. Oh my god! Yeah, it cost me like I've been lucky. I got two.
Oh, good. Nice.
That wasn't the. To be honest, I was like, I don't got the money for that. Put one in the in the basket. Add to cart. Add another one. I'm not gonna get it anyway. It's gonna be like, yeah, cancel because it sold out already. I was like sure it was about to be sold out in the minute, you know.
Right, and it happens. But you
Not
got your
really.
two.
Yeah, it took few hours, but I pressed checkout and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, you got it. Checkout $600. It was like, oh, it
Whoa.
went through. Oh my
Oh,
god,
no.
I did it. Oh no. Oh my god. I was like, oh, maybe I don't have the budget for that. Do I?
You'll figure it out. That's what we all do. We trust me. We've all made that. Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
like on that.
did.
Yeah, the Nike drop last week. I'm like, do I really want to spend $190 for cotton? I'm like, yeah, I did. It was probably dumb.
I
You
did
know,
that.
I make
I,
dumb mistakes
I
all the
got
time.
two gold, not the secret rare, you know, the middle edition. I got two
Sure.
of this, and one of them is mint number, I think like 84,
Oh wow.
74.
So yeah, you got
I'm
a
not
good
sure, but
mint for sure.
yeah, they're in the. I put them back in their box. The
Yeah,
box in
yeah.
the bag in the box, in another box, and plastic box in the basement. Was like, yeah,
Oh
stay
yeah.
there,
Not
safe.
touching it. Be
Don't
safe.
touch
Don't
that.
no creases right on the box. I get it. I get it. Collecting's fun though. That's what makes it fun.
I like collecting physical. I think it's not gonna be going away. You know, I think
No.
it's gonna be a mix between the two. I think we're gone. That's a little bit of the name of the podcast. You know, Gene Booming. That's the sun. Uh, the, the sound of the word progress when you say it in Chinese. It's progress, and I think we're gonna go there. One day there's not gonna be physical. Yeah, but it's
Right.
progressive. No,
It
we're
is.
not gonna go there like next year, no physical anymore. No, that's a
Right.
big progress, and more we're going through time, and more the physical is gonna be disappear, but
Yes.
more of these physical is gonna getting higher in price.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and like they say, they call it the phygital, right? Like you're going to get both a physical and a digital version.
Hmm.
And like you said, it's kind of like that bridge. Like we're not ready to give up all physicals at some point, but then when they're no longer there, they're going to become valuable, you know. So I agree. And it's fun. It's fun. Like it took me a long time to be like, I'm buying a digital item. I can't touch it, you know, because I'm older than
Yeah,
you. And I'm like, that didn't make any sense to me, and then it just clicked. Like, this is genius. This is fun. I can take it with me. I can't crease it. I can't rip that comic, right? I don't have to put it in a bag. It's not, I like it. I like it.
uh, I was about to say you can. Nobody can stole it to you, but yeah, they can.
They could.
Theoretically, they can, but I was about to say that because in the past I had a big collection of Magic card, like over $10,000 easily,
Ooh.
and many other big collectible thing, and I've lost all this like twice. One time in a
Ooh.
fire, another time
Oh, you're
somebody
kidding.
stole it. So I was like, yeah, collecting physical is over for me. Not anymore. I've started again. That's a passion to me, but still. Uh, the digital part is highly interesting. You can burn it, you can scratch it, you can't m- if there's a big water problem in my house and it's getting into my room with my collectible, you know, most of my cards are gonna be like not card anymore.
Right. I get it because I have a basement here too, right? Like if it floods or something like that, you're in
Yeah,
trouble.
they're high on shelf, and
Yes,
this
I do
room
that
is
too.
like far from every water, you know, but
Yep.
still we don't know what might
It
happen.
could happen. Yeah, totally.
So that's the thing I like with digital. You think it's gonna be digital is gonna be big to the point like everybody's gonna be digital in 20 years, or
Well, yeah,
it,
I think it's going to be sooner than that, but it's not going to be. I think in 5 years we'll see a change. Like again, we talked about like mass market. What is the mass market going to do? If they have to put on a MetaMask, they're not buying this. I'm sorry. Like there's enough of us to do it, but if you get cryptocurrency involved the way it is right now, even with Coinbase that makes it easy, or some of these other venues, it's
mhm.
not going to get the masses. My parents, there's no way they'd freak out at the first sight of this. But when you have fiat, so like Veve, where you can buy in with a credit card and buy gems,
Yep.
that is set for. That's why I love Veve and I love some of these other parts, but I love Veve. People just don't get it. They're like, oh, it's not a crypto punk. It's not this bullshit 2D thing that does nothing. Like this is something set up for the masses. That is what he set up for. And David, you and Dan, they've done a great job getting the IPs that they need, which is huge. But the biggest thing is the being able to spend our dollar or Canadian dollar, whatever your currency is. That's going to bring in the masses. We just have to get through this whole like people, the NFT 4-letter word. People just think, oh, it's a scam, it's this or that. Once we get past that, which we will, then you're going to see people going in, and maybe in the stores. It would be great to see something Veve selling something in Walmart. You buy and then you buy it, and then you get to go online and you get a free digital. That's going to be the type of thing that's going to get people involved and get more to the masses. So I don't think 20 years. I think 5 years to kind of get it to kind of really people start, and then at 10, I think we'll be there. I think I could be wrong.
I got like two questions you bring to my mind. I don't know if I can maybe relate them, but
Yeah.
do you know what's the immutable passport?
What is it again?
The immutable X passport. Okay, that's you were talking about the mass adoption, and you were like, mass adoption are not going to use MetaMask, and I think you're like 300% right.
Right.
But I think they might be using something like what Immutable X created. It's what it's called Immutable Passport, on which it's
Now I
going to
know what
be
you're
like
saying.
you can create an account, a passport on Immutable X in two click, literally connect with Google, accept, the account is created. You can connect your MetaMask to it, but you're going to have the way to connect to every Web3 game the blockchain is connected with. They're connected, and they're in really close partnership with Polygon too. So you're going to be able to connect on like most of the game they got on their both blockchain. But I think that's the key. That's like something that you click, connect, let's go. I got NFTs. Okay, now I want to transfer out. I'm gonna have to link a MetaMask to it, and I'm gonna have to send them out. So I
Right.
think this might be the key. Do you think we need that and maybe VR?
I mean, that's an interesting question because everyone talked about like, oh, I want VR, I want VVverse, I want all this stuff.
Yeah.
The more it's interesting because like, do people care or do they not care? It's cool.
Mhm.
Like the VR is very cool. We got the Apple Vision Pro. How's that going to work? I think that plays in. I don't know if that plays in right this second. I don't know if that's going to be the thing that's going to make it pop right now. I think it's going to be IPs. The problem is like with Veve is they've been talking for 3 years about VVverse, and now hopefully it's coming to fruition. Um, what's keeping people here? It's not the VVverse, right? It's not I don't think that's what's keeping people here. Maybe that's what brings them in. You definitely want more than just like this picture, right? Or this 3D model. I think utility is more important than like VR. Maybe people talk about, oh, I've got a partner statue, I can get into Disney for free, or I can get into this section of Disney, or if I have this collectible, I can let's say Back to the Future one, I can go to Hollywood and see a Back to the Future stage or whatever, something like that. I think that will bring more people in than VR. But I do think that's part of it moving forward, especially if there's a gamification part to that. But it's interesting. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know what you're seeing from the people you're talking with. I know that was a big deal before. I just don't know if that still is or if it will be.
To be honest, I don't know. That was a little bit why I was asking to you. I was like, yeah, maybe you got a good perspective on what VR AR might bring with the new Apple Vision we just see got out. I've got rumors about the new Quest 3 Pro S. I think
Mhm.
that's gonna be uh more affordable, and
Yes.
everything for mass population. And I was like, it might be interesting, but to be honest, I didn't know. But you talk about the VVverse there, and I want to play devil advocate a little bit, but I think the Viviverse is gonna be highly valuable for the community, and I think we lost many people because we don't got the Viviverse yet. You're like you said, like, oh, I don't think that's what keeping people there. I think that's why a lot of people left.
I can see that. Right. No, and I know some people that left because of that. What I love about the Viviverse is the ability to like hang out with our friends in from Vivi, and that's this interaction and friendship with everyone. We could see him on Twitter, we can see him on YouTube in the chat or whatever we're on. But to be able to go in and let's say watch a show together with everyone and talk about it, and that to me actually sounds fun. That's important. Absolutely. I don't like. I know we were talking about like it's 2024. We want good graphics. We've all seen how the stuff looks. Maybe it doesn't look great now, but the interaction with others, that to me is big. And you're absolutely right. We probably lost people. I just meant like currently people. Well, I know people are wishing for it, right?
Mass people, maybe not Vivi
Yeah.
people.
Yes, for sure.
That was
sure.
your point.
Yes.
You're right. Mass adoption won't be like, and when I'm saying mass adoption, I'm talking of like 99% of the people that don't know anything about Web3 or PP or NFTs. They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, wow, metaverse, yeah, VR, yeah, VVO, good guy. See, I'm gonna go take a drink with my friend. This is gonna be the sentence we're gonna hear a lot, I think. But to be honest, I think that's still a big part for Vivi, because it's gonna bring something, and that's one of the example you almost put in my brain when you just talked, because you were like, we're gonna be able to do that, and I was like, yeah, that's called opportunity of choice. That's something super valuable in a project. That's why things like Roblox, Arc works, because you can do many things. There's a game that graphic are not good, like Valheim, but yeah, the graphic are not so good, but the game itself, you can build so many great and incredible and fun things in that. That's a good game just because the way it's made.
That's right. If it's a fun game, it's a fun game. And I know people who want to get into the Viviverse to make games. Like
I want to get in the Viviverse,
right? Like one of my friends, he made one of the better games, one of the best, like just a person for Fortnite. It did very well, and he wants to get in there and make games, and it's possible. And those are the types of things, like you said, that's going to bring in people. That will be exciting. Maybe moving forward, I think it will grow. That's going to make it grow.
To be honest, I want to bring people together by creating experience and activities in the Viviverse. And what I mean by that is like a room where there's going to be like, there's going to be maybe a content creator day, or where there's going to be a stream all day where you're going to see people talk about Web3 project, once a month. And that's we're going to be like, there's going to be a roll up of people, 24-hour of Web3 game. We're going to invite Informant. He's going to talk about these dog that are running race, that I think it might bringing people together. It might help with securities, telling people, be careful, don't connect your base MetaMask on this game. We don't know, create another one. All those securities, I think it's going to bring people together. That's needed. And I'm going to be in the Wave 3. I've asked about it, and they passed me an interview, and it was like, okay, you're going to be on the next phase. But still, it's not coming yet. I've heard people that are still on Wave 2. I mean, they are not in yet.
Yes, it's true. I mean, the possibilities, I just wrote down so I didn't forget. Like I envision like you're in the Viviverse, and maybe there's a treasure hunt. Maybe I have a Vivi collectible and I can hide it somewhere and people can go searching for it. I mean, there's just so much stuff they could do. And that to me, like you said, experiences and stuff like that. That's exciting. That will get for sure people involved for sure.
I think it's gonna bring more great content to the community to and to any community. I think this is what my creative vibe is like. The user, you, me, everybody are using it carefully and rightfully. I'm pretty sure it's might help to bring the mass adoption people into Web3 because they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm at home, but I want to go out with them.
Right.
It's fun. They're fun to listen to. I think this is gonna be a big game. It's gonna be. I think it might even help to bring content creator together to make some project online. Like I said, if I want a 10 streamer to stream live during a 24-hour, I need them to talk together, you know?
Right, exactly.
So yeah, I think this might bring a lot of good content for the people, and this is what I'm looking. You talk about a treasure hunt. Yeah, I got a super big chase yeah, treasure hunt in my planet, to be honest.
Oh,
uh,
wow. Okay.
I want to build something big, but I'm not in, yeah, so I don't know what I can do, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know. I know you talked to Furukomi, like he's a beta tester and the VB. There's so much. There's so much cool stuff. I just like you said, we don't know everything. They've got these NDAs, so we don't know everything that they could do.
To be
Hopefully, you'll
honest,
be.
I've received some proton mail
Oh.
with picture, and I was like, oh, because I said it in one of my video, and and I was like, at the end, this is my email. If some of you want to send me an anonymous email, I've received some. To be honest, I was like,
Oh, nice.
oh no, really? And okay, the
Right.
VV verse is incredible in quality if
Yes,
you build it right.
that's
It's
exactly right,
gonna be
and
too
people
easy
do.
to build.
Yes, yeah. I'm excited to see, but they're still at the beginning, and they don't have that many beta testers right now, although they just added some. So hopefully you'll get on so I can see what you got working.
To be honest, it's gonna be. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. To me, the progress gonna start there in the and not only on the viewers. I mean, in the few years to come. I mean, the Web3 start to feel integrated in the real world without the real world knowing about it
Yes, like it's just
slowly.
automatically, as they say, automatically. Just they don't even know they're just there and they're in it, right?
You know what? And you said you were older than me. I'm 36. I don't know how much older you are than me, but it feels like the internet. You remember? Oh no, that's not
It-
useful. Nobody's gonna be doing that. Nobody's gonna.
oh,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Okay, okay. 20 years after, hey,
Oh my God.
what happened about the fact that nobody's gonna buy grocery online like Amazon is only selling those? Not anymore. You know.
I'm getting stuff in 3 hours from Amazon if I want, or 5 hours later now. It's so crazy. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
and I was there. I'm 47, so I'm older. A lot of so
like
yeah, but I
10 years.
remember like I always talk about Amazon. In fact, when I'm talking about VV, Amazon took 8 years before they were even making a profit. People, what were they? They were books, right? That's what they first started with. They first started with books. And you had eBay. What did they first start with? Pez dispensers, right? And now look at all these different things. The internet has taken off. I wish I bought wallstreet.com. That would have been nice. Some of those things. But like we saw the future, but not everyone believed it. And that's what's going to happen with where we are now with Web3, things like Veve, digital collecting. I have no doubt. It's just convincing everyone it's going to happen. It's just like you said, is it 20 years? Is it 5 years? Is it 10? It's going to happen. I'm sure about it. We just don't know when. But yeah, I think it's going to be a big surprise for people who are like, this is going to be nothing. It's going to be everything.
But you agree with me that the underground adoption is getting faster exponentially.
Yes, it's definitely people are starting to getting more involved. Even me with me, I avoid the reason I went on to Veve was because of fiat. So that was my reason. Oh, I want this digital collectible, but you know what? I'm not dealing with this cryptocurrency. But even now, I'm doing more of that. You have to be safe and you can make mistakes. But yeah, I think people are adopting it more and more. Even I talked to my dad about the muzzle run and the games, and he's like, I said, look into it. If you want to get into it, I'll let you know how to do it. We'll get you started for free. I'll send you a few pennies a Matic. You'll never have to put any more money in there and just play and just enjoy. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the future. To be honest, that's to see what's gonna be coming. It made me, to be honest, for a long time, it feels like experience it mm, so many times. The first time was like I was like I think 12 to 14 years old. I wasn't even taking some, and I was like, one day you're gonna see cannabis is gonna be legal everywhere
right.
in Canada for sure. And people were like, "Yeah, you're stupid. You're fucking idiot. You don't even smoke." And I was like, "Yeah, but I seen the difference with this and alcohol, and I'm like, yeah, people are gonna put this legal. That's the. It
Yep.
doesn't make sense that it's not." And people call me crazy. I was like a black sheep for thinking it. And yeah, I smoked a lot when I was young too. So that was my claim. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be legal one day anyway. So yeah,
And
you
here
know,
we are, right? Same with where like I'm in a very conservative state. I'm in Missouri. We just legalized it. I don't know, a year and a half ago. No way. So Illinois is right next to us. They legalized it, and Missouri's like, well, wait a second, you just go over the border and get it. We want that tax money. But I, just like you, when I was younger, I smoked a lot. And I'm like, this has to be legalized. And of course, then California got it, and then it spread like wildfires. First medicinal, then recreational, whatever. I don't care what people do. Just don't drive and kill me. That's the only thing that I say. But yes, it's stupid. You know,
security is the
yeah,
word here, and I don't. I'm not talking about cannabis. So just anybody to start smoking, I don't
for
think it's
sure.
a great idea.
Right.
I really, really don't think so. It's so bad for so many people. To be honest, I
Especially
would prefer
young
if
people.
nobody would start smoking ever.
Right.
But am I smoking at least once a month? Yeah, yeah, I do. I do. I think it's healthy for me. It helps sleep.
For sure.
I think it should be legal s- to start with, just because it needed to be studied to create medicine with it. I
Yes,
think it,
exactly.
we can't put that aside because, oh yeah, that's a drug. Yeah, but it can save many life. I've
That's
seen
right.
people with seizure stop having seizure with just like
Exactly right.
oil, and oh, that's, yeah, I mean, save
Or
their
not have
life
to
now.
do opium or have to do Oxycontin. Some people can go on to marijuana, THC. It could work. I have stomach issues. It works for that when I'm having really bad problems. I can take it, and it's like instant. Like the difference between laying down in pain and just being healed, or even being able to eat later the day after taking it. Uh, it's great. But like you said, especially if any kids are watching this, you don't want to do it, especially at a young age, because it's going to stunt your growth. It's going to screw up your education. You have plenty of time to do it when you're older, but that's the big thing for
To
me.
be honest, if
Yeah.
you're not an hyperactive mind, you're gonna
Right.
get lazy as fuck.
Yes,
That's the key.
absolutely. Right.
There's nobody that don't get lazy unless your mind work like at 300
You have
miles per hour,
ADHD, right? Right. Yeah, absolutely.
like mine a little bit. Okay, uh, in my past when I was young, like after between my 20 and 25, sometimes I had to smoke many times a week because I was someone, my ex-girlfriend was like, okay, you're too excited, you're
Right.
bothering everybody here, get the fuck out, go smoke something,
Right.
so it helped. I'm not like that anymore. I think it was like I was getting maturity a little
Okay.
bit.
Totally. Totally.
Maybe I was also drinking too much energy drink at the
Right.
time. That wasn't helping at
For
any
sure
time.
not. Right.
But yeah, I think it's, yeah. I don't know what to
Or hey,
say
it's kind of
anymore.
like you said, if we bring it all together, I think Web3, digital collectibles,
Yeah,
it's gonna be here. And like you said, we've seen things in the past in our lives where we may have seen it before other people and we just knew. And I can just tell, like with me, again, the cryptocurrency side, that makes it a little bit harder. But like I said, the immutable X, that if that bridges, I've talked about this with my friend Mo Knows, who also streams, Google, think of Google. You
Mhm.
can sign into all these different things with your Google account that have nothing to do with Google. That's where I see things going. Like you said, immutable X, passport, whatever it is, something where you're signing up through one thing and it consolidates everything, makes it easy. Then we're good to go,
But
right?
you're gonna have to look at this passport because it's connected with it's created by Immutable X and
Mhm.
in partnership with Polygon, but it's
Okay.
using the NFT that's gonna be mainly used with this passport. Not only this one, you can use any NFT on their blockchain, but
Sure.
it's mainly for their ZKAVM NFTs, and these are composable, which means you can bring them into the Polygon blockchain without a bridge. They live
Oh, okay.
in the both blockchain at the same times. They're not duplicate. They live like in
Ooh.
both, and that's
Yeah.
something that was planned by Ethereum. And that's something that Ethereum dropped just lately. So we're gonna get like full interoperability with Ethereum, EKZVM, NFTs in the future in Polygon, in Immutable X. I mean, that's something
It's
big. It
big.
feels like the connect and let's go use my NFT on every game ever created. So
That
uh,
would be great.
this sounds like mass adoption to me.
That does, and that's what you need. And I love like Polygon. Obviously, gas fees are not outrageous, with that, which is a big thing too.
Mhm.
But yes, to bring it where you can move your stuff between all these different, within that chain, with Ethereum, but on Polygon, all the mutable X, that's huge. That's what we need. That's what absolutely what we need. We need ease. People are freaking lazy. I mean, just look at YouTube. People can't even hit a thumbs up button, right? Hit that thumbs
Yeah,
up, by the way, right? It's like they can't
yeah.
move their right. They can't move right. They can't move their hand to, do that because that might be too many calories to burn. But people are lazy. I mean, that's just how we are. So you got to the easier it is, that's how you get mass adoption. So that sounds like I am going to do some more research into. I think I heard a little bit about it, but I'm not fully, knowledgeable about it.
I've mainly heard about it because I really like Immutable and Polygon, but also because
Yeah,
Illuvium is on
alluvium for sure.
Immutable now. Veve is on Immutable too, so I'm
Yes,
like, yeah, it's all in correlation. So
it
that's
is. It is.
mainly why I know. But I think it's gonna help to bring the future. We know we got like Gata game that are maybe on the site, but that gonna bring also many people to Web3 that are gonna make
Yeah.
feel people like, yeah, Web3 maybe not that bad after all. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped by the future, to be honest. Are you a big player?
Like on games and stuff,
Yeah,
or
because
uh,
it went to my mind and
yeah.
I just spit it
I
out.
mean, I used to be, not anymore. I don't have the time for it. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
the only game like I ever really played was like Call of Duty, that type of thing. Like that type of thing, which most people would say, well, and I played it on an Xbox, right? So it wasn't on a PC. So I'm not like one. I have a friend who's a big gamer. I've got a couple friends that are big gamers. I just don't have the time anymore. There's so
yeah.
much crap I got to do. I like it, but my wife doesn't like it. So I mean, it's like, and I'm doing so much stuff during the day. She's like, all she wants to do is cuddle at night. But I got her into into muzzle run. She's into that. So and I've heard of a lot of other guys who watch my show. They've gotten their wives into these things. That's what you have to do. You get them involved with you in what you're doing. Now all of a sudden it's okay, right?
I'm gonna need a good farm game or a Tetris game with
Yes, right.
Web3, something like a
Oh,
Dr.
I'd love it.
Mario Web 3.0.
Ooh, yeah.
It would be maybe nice for her because, to be honest, I'm not sure. She just started like 2 years ago to play Diablo 2
Yes.
on the
Okay.
Switch.
Yeah.
He remastered it because the graphic are better. And she's
Yes.
like, when she play, I got to be in the living room with them because with her because she's like, okay, what I'm doing now.
I can see.
Click here, and the quest is
Right.
gonna say you have to find something around something, and she's like, "Where's
Right.
that something?" you're gonna have to find it. And
Right,
she's like, trap.
exactly.
And she don't like that part, so that's the kind of she's more of a user friendly type of game.
I get it, and that's exactly right. If you find something that is easy and you can do together, that's really where it's at. Some of this stuff is a little complicated, but you know, it's still fun. If you could do it with them, get them involved, you're good to go. I mean, I got my wife involved with Veve. We even proposed, and we were talking about OG Vault. We proposed on a Veve stream when they were releasing the lamp, the Disney lamp. So that day, so yeah, that was
No
people called us stupid for doing it. And, whatever, we did it, and it was something we
presentation. I
bonded
don't care.
over, and we did it. So
Oh man, people that are judging negatively, and I feel that's a little bit ridiculous. I like to analyze people and behavior, but to me, you can analyze something, but
yeah,
don't put judgment into it.
I agree. That's a good way to look at it.
You,
Yeah.
that's healthy to analyze situation, people, reaction, comportment, behavior. Uh,
Yes, for sure.
that's healthy. I don't care as long as you don't judge it like, oh, that's mean this, that mean this. No, it can bring you a clue that this person might be a bad person. Yeah,
Right.
but it doesn't mean anything. You can, yeah. Again, that's the assumption thing. I don't like it. I'm pretty. I feel proud about it too for you. That's an incredible idea. And you have it recorded.
It is recorded. You can
Oh
go
yeah.
out. It's from, let's see. Well, like I said, it was the lamp drop, which was 2021, wasn't it? At the end of 2020. Yeah. I mean, it's in there, and I used to make videos before I streamed, so I'd make like drop videos and stuff. And I just made it in there at the very end. I put in the proposal thing, and I worked it out with Veve Vault at the time, and he's like, "Wait, what? What was that?" And it was just fun. People were surprised. Other people were like, "Why the heck would you do that?" But it was fun. It was
Why
something
not?
it was something that was fun, and it worked out, and here we are today.
Yeah, that's a big adventure, because you're there. Oh my god, something started. You're there for like over 2 years now.
Oh, more than
Sometimes
that. Yeah, yeah,
three.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
if you
almost
said
three. Yeah,
2021, that's almost three.
yeah.
I'm almost at four, I think, but that's still a long run, to be honest.
It is a long
And
run.
a- and you're a big supporter of Vivi. I just started in the English community, but you got big video and everything. So you got maybe how I'm gonna say it. You got any insight or clue for a little English starting YouTube channel?
For some suggestions for you to, you mean, get
Yeah,
bigger and
some
all?
maybe I'm too blunt, or maybe I'm
No,
not
no, no. Yeah,
or any more anything.
no, no. You're doing a good job. I mean, really, the fact, like I said, I saw you had the video with Furukomi. That's a great video. That's good. He's very big in the community. I'm in contact with him. I'm actually trying to get him in on the muzzle run. I actually have some things planned, hopefully to do with him, and maybe I can even get you involved. Some of the stuff we actually talked about, Web3. It was basically, it's a show that I want to do with streamers talking about Web3 while we play muzzle run, and I get everyone in for free, and we race for money. But I've already got it approved. I got to put it together. But anyways, I mean, you're doing everything right. Yeah, I told you about my shorts. That's what made my channel really go crazy. If you could put some shorts together, make them quick, 7 seconds. Again, back to the people have no attention span. There's some cool things that you can do to get people. But yeah, as far as it's a grind, right? This whole thing's a grind. You just do it and you slowly add, and then maybe one day, because I used to say, like, man, what am I going to grow? I'm growing like 2 here, 3 there,
Yeah.
0 this day. But you're already at a good number. So, I don't know how long you've been. You said you just started your English channel,
To be
right?
honest, I've done video like I think 3 years ago. I switched it to the French because I'm French Canadian,
Yes,
so I
I
speak
get it.
French
Right.
basically. So I
Right.
was like, I'm gonna go practice myself. I'm gonna go support the French VV family. I never wanted to make any money with the French channel. That wasn't
Right.
my goal. It was like I'm gonna be like an OG supporter.
Right.
That was my
Exactly.
goal,
Right.
and it went pretty well, to be honest. I went to Auxerre in January,
Oh yeah.
and it was an incredible event. Everybody was incredible. I've encountered some of the US people there. There was like Sanjay, MC,
Yes.
Master MC
Mr. MC.
One.
Yeah, Mr. MC. Yep. Yep.
To be honest, he was my first invitee on the podcast. I've done that was the first podcast with him, and that was incredible, to be honest. And I liked it, but I was curious about the French side. I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I've planned a little bit of Illuvium video in the future because I like the project, but I wasn't sure, and I like to talk about progress things. So maybe
Totally.
maybe clipping some short from these conversation I have with people, but it's gonna be longer than 7 seconds, you know.
Yeah. No, that you could do. No. Yeah. You to promote yourself, like you could do like a 7-second video, put it out there. But yes, they're going to be, they even have like apps you can use that will break down your video into shorts and stuff like that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, because it can be hard. My one friend, he does Hero War Central. I don't know if you know that game. It's a big game on Apple, on the Apple app. But anyways, he's their biggest streamer. He's got like, I don't know, like almost 70,000 followers, and he does really well. And he just says, like you said, break up your videos, break them up into shorts, search terms, make sure like your search terms are within your description. Go to Google, look for questions people are asking about your subject, put those questions exactly as they're written in your description, and then answer them. And now you're searchable. So somebody searches that question, and you can literally just go to Google right now, put in whatever Veve, and it'll bring you up questions and look at the first
Yeah.
5 ones and start answering them. And that's how you really do it. That's how you can really become found and stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds maybe a little weird for those that are listening right now, but that I wanted to talk about those kind of thing. I don't know. I'm learning right now, and I'm like that. I think that's useful because we also learn a little bit about you right now. So,
Yes.
since when are you doing some? I mean, wait a minute. It's been like over an hour, 10 minutes. Do I have to let you
Oh
go? I
no,
don't
we're
want to
we're
hold you
we're
for
we're
too long.
good. We're still
Okay.
good. We're still good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, for how long are you doing video like that? I mean, you're like at 17,000 subscriber, which is like incredible to me. But since when?
I told you I'm very new to this. So this all started blowing up, I'd say just after I got married in June. And probably in July is when it started to just start to pop. So I was doing, like I said, stream drop videos for VV Vault, OG Vault. He would play him on a stream, and then we got to talking. We did a show together, and then I was like, oh, you know what? Let me do some streaming. And then he stopped streaming, so I'm like, okay. People said, well, why don't you take over? And that's kind of what I did. And here I am, doing live stream. I did, I told you about Cryptoys. I think it was in July. I've done two. We did Cubathons, and they were 8.5 hour streams, just 8.5 hours. Me and my friend Mo knows, we call ourselves Skin and Bones when we do it together. We did that. So that was kind of big. And I have the videos out on Informant. But yeah, it just kind of went from there, started doing live stuff and doing the streams. But yeah, I'm very, very new. And then the Happy Tree Friend, whenever Happy Tree Friends came out, I don't remember what month that was. That's just when things blew up. I had my videos. I did some of the cartoon edits, but then I also took some of the collectibles from Veve, and those got millions of views. And here I
Yeah,
am. This is, yeah.
this one's like 38 million views,
Yeah, I know,
10
right?
million views, 8 million views, 6 million
Right.
views. I'm like, damn.
It's one of those things you pray for, but it's actually probably was not the greatest thing because it took me off my game. Then I started thinking like, okay, well, let me go to 100,000 and maybe 150, because as as a streamer, you can actually filter out like what comments you want to hear. So I'm like, well, maybe I can talk to bigger streamers because they don't only want to talk to people who have 150,000 people. Maybe I can coordinate with them, and then you get kind of greedy and get off of your game. And I think it got me a little off my game. Some part of me wishes that I was back to just like hitting that 1,000, right? Like working my ass off for that 1,000 instead of breaking whatever algorithm I broke on YouTube for those shorts. but it's been an adventure, that's for sure, in a
But
quick
you don't,
amount of time.
you didn't broke it on purpose. You need you that's something that was wanted, but that was you didn't crack any code. That was a little bit of luck, you think?
Yes, it was. I think there it was a lot of luck. Now, there were things I was doing that was definitely I know helped. I believe you make your own luck.
Mhm.
But to get I mean, there's not many videos and stuff that, not many people get 38 million views. Having more than 16 viewers on a live stream is more than 99% of anyone. So I've been very lucky. I try to create something good, you know, but those shorts were absolutely that's why I say I cracked the code. It's basically I just got lucky. I got lucky,
Are you
so
doing this full time right now, or?
I don't do I mean, I have a business that I do. I sell on Amazon. I have a friend who lives in China, so we do that. But this is, I don't, like you said, I don't really do this for money. If I eventually make money, I haven't even monetized my channel. There's reasons for that, but it's just for right now, it's for fun. Sure, if I can make money on it in the future, I'll do it. I am an ambassador. There are things I make money on, but it's not like it's not gonna, feed you. It's not a lot of
No, no,
money.
no.
Yeah, it's not a lot of
Well, are
money.
you monetized
I'm
with
not
this?
monetized on YouTube. I
Okay.
have not done that yet. I've decided not to do that for a bunch of reasons, but and my friend who is monetized, like, do it. And he's making a killing doing it, but he's on such a different space. I think as Veve grows, maybe that will be something I do. I'd like to hit that 200,000. I go in these ebbs and flows. I'll get, a million this month and I'll get nothing like the next month. So I'm playing it out, see if I get to 200. Maybe I'll do it, but it's not really being done for money. I
But
enjoy it. It's fun. My wife hates it because it takes a lot of time, but I enjoy it. It's a lot.
but
Like you said, you do it
I,
too. It's for fun.
I think it goes back to the point you mentioned, that is, you went out of your game a little bit and you don't want to have to do so
Right.
because it's monetized, so it's gonna feel forced now. Oh yeah, but it's bringing
Right.
thousands of dollars per month. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. And I think it's gonna put the passion away.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And and like it says, if it comes, it comes. But I'm not going to work too hard for it. I enjoy what I'm doing. I really do. I really do.
But that's a little bit of my point. I was a little bit, and I'm pretty happy to hear you say that, because that's a little bit of my goal. I was like, yeah, I want to do that, like doing a YouTube channel. I would like to have like 100,000 subscriber too, but I would like to do it because I have fun doing it. That's why I was
Absolutely.
like, I'm gonna invite people, talk about Web3, VV, and the progress of the technology world, and eventually I'm gonna invite people from other domain, because I want to talk about progress. And I was like, that's gonna be fun and interesting, I think. But I don't want to be forced to do it.
Then nobody wants to be for it. Like, you got to enjoy what you do, right? Like, it's not fun at that point. It's no, if you're feeling forced to do it, it's no fun.
But
So
I
true.
think that to a certain extent, when you get into the games, it must be hard to not do it when it bring more and more money, to do it more. You know?
Right, right, exactly. And then you want to buy a bigger TV and a better car and all. I'm old. I don't like that stuff doesn't I don't care about that crap anymore.
I'm not too. I'm a collectioner, so yeah, I like to buy physical stuff, but I'm not into buying another house, another boat, another car, another.
Right, exactly.
No,
What do you
I
need it
got
for?
one. It's not a big one, not a supercar or anything. I don't need that anyway.
Right,
Maybe I will buy maybe a Tesla car or
right,
a
right.
good Subaru if I get a better income, but not something crazy. I don't think that's the goal, and that's why I didn't want it to start on many NFT project with my French channel. I was like, it's gonna feels like I'm chasing
Yeah, you're
money.
looking for that next big thing and all that type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of complaint in the last year, because people was like, yeah, you're still on Vivi, yeah, Vivi Moonboy, yeah, Vivi, why don't you go on other project with your channel? It's gonna bring you so many more people. And I was like, yeah, but that wasn't the goal.
Right. It's not the community we like. Like I've got a lot of people that I like to talk in the community. And yes, has it gotten smaller, but it's just gotten more close at that point. And as it grows, those relationships are going to grow too. And for me too, about doing too many projects, Cryptoys, Muzz, and Veve does not give me, I don't get anything from Veve. In fact, there was a point and that I feel that they hated me partly because of my relationships with other people that were big in the community, but
Yeah,
you
probably
know,
we evolved a little bit.
right, exactly. But it's I really, and I even did a video where I kind of got upset at David Yu. I doubt he even saw it, but I just love like Vivi is like it's amazing what David and Dan have done. It really is. Like, could I go out and get these IPs? No fucking way. No way. Like they have done an amazing job. They were in it so early, and that was the problem. They had that big rush in that January, 2021, golden moments through January 15th, and then there was that big run. That was probably the worst thing that could have happened to them, right? Because they were on a good trajectory. That was just too much. Just kind of like I said with my channel, but they're right there. Like they are, and they're doing a good job now. Yeah, are they perfect? No, nobody's perfect though, and they're
No,
experimenting, and I love it. I love that they're experimenting. That's what I want to see. That they're listening and experimenting with all sorts of things. They have to do that, and so I'm excited about Veve. I have a decent collection, so of course I wanted to do well, but financially, that's not the reason why. I mean, I do have the AF-15 secret rare, so that's one of my favorite. Yeah, I got that on the drop. That was if you saw
that's
me that
incredible.
day, yeah, that was crazy. I was
Yeah,
very happy to get that on drop day. So
I can't imagine. You know,
I
you
it was
probably hit your
amazing.
head by jumping from
I
the
did.
floor.
I did.
You
I
know,
was I was like a kid. I was definitely like a kid when I got it. But that's what makes VV fun too, because you could get very lucky.
yeah.
And a lot of people are just, get their stuff and drop it. Like I got the VV logo behind me. I have 777. I've got the last mint of the secret rare.
Oh,
Yeah. And I paid for it. I paid
that's
for
nice.
yeah, but that like I'm a mint collector, informant, right? Like I like to collect certain mints, and that is a prized possession. Now, I don't have the gold one. Do you have the gold and silver or no? The gold and
Mhm.
silver VV logo. Do you have that or no?
No, I got one promised to me from David. He's like,
Ooh,
next event you're coming, send me an
sweet.
email. I'm gonna have one just for you. You know, you deserve
Nice.
one. And I was like, oh, okay, great, nice.
That's awesome.
You
Yeah, for
know,
sure. I hope you get it. Yeah, I don't think I'll be getting one, but I've got this one and I'm very happy about it. And Vivi's just it's fun. The community's great and
man,
yeah.
the community is incredible. That's the thing that I think I like the most. And that's why I'm mainly inviting people from the VV community on this channel to start with, because I'm like, that's so many interesting people. There's so a big variety of people and of perspective. I've talked with Doctor of Stuff too. I don't know if you
Yeah,
know him.
yep.
Yeah, if you ever want to invite some people on your live podcast with many VVFM, as you said, it might be someone highly interesting to.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because I'd like to get a lot of people. I don't know. Do you ever do like just collect, Michael Campa? Have you heard of that name?
No.
He's like a whale. He's very big in the community. He did even a stream with them where they were uh giving awards to streamers and stuff. He is a whale. I mean, he's got a lot of money to buy all this stuff, but he's a great guy. He's a great interview. You might want to check him out too. Froakomi knows most people in the community here, especially know him in the US, but he's pretty well known also out there. And he's a really nice guy. But there's so many, like I said, there's so many people. I don't know them all, you don't know them all, but there's a
No.
lot of people out
Uh,
there. There really
I
are.
got a lot in list. To be honest, I got a list of them, like a spreadsheet, with them, like my collectible Doctor Rolex.
Yes.
They said they're gonna come on my channel to talk, so keep tuned from that. Subscribe to the channel if it's not
Yes.
done, and I'm pretty sure you won't want to miss this, because I'm super hype. I'm gonna have to challenge them again, because they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna be." The both of them were like, "We're gonna be busy for like few weeks, come back in April. So I was like, oh, that's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back with them, but I think there's gonna be many interesting people, and it will be fun to do something in life. I think about it, and yeah, it might be super interesting to be honest. Looking forward to it if you're gonna be doing this.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And my collectibles, he's a real I've done a couple streams just where he would happen to be on. He's a really nice guy. He owned a comic shop in Canada, I think
Yep.
Vancouver, I think is there.
Uh,
So is it?
did he still own one?
No, he doesn't own it anymore. He
Yeah,
owned it for a while, but he doesn't own it anymore. Now he does his own NFTs too. It's all Veve related. He does that
yeah.
for his fans and stuff like that. He's super nice guy. So, and I haven't, I've yeah, I think Mr. Rolex and I follow each other on YouTube and stuff like that, and I've heard him, but I haven't talked to him personally. But all these guys, like I said, there's just a lot of guys out there that are fun to listen to on Spaces and stuff like this. You, of course, and
Thank you.
honestly, I'm just a little guy in VV. Probably most people don't know me. I mean, I know some of the guys there. And they're all really nice. But I love the community. I'm gonna be going to Decon in Vegas. I don't know if you're gonna be going to there in I think it's in November this year. So I'm excited to see a lot of people. I don't know if you know Kid Arcade, but he's a streamer and he did a tattoo for my wife and I, and he's a really good artist. So
Oh yeah.
everyone knows him. Yeah, he's a really good guy too. So
I've talked to my wife about the next event, and it was like, yeah, it might be at San Diego, and she was like, oh my god, it's gonna be expensive. I don't
hmm
think we can afford. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna be able to do so. Let's go. We're gonna work too. And afterward, I've talked and I've done a conversation with Dr. Ostov, and I was like, oh, maybe New York's gonna be better for my family. It's gonna be less expensive. We can even do it in car within a day. Like I think it's gonna be like 8 hours of car, which is not much.
that's easier.
So
Yeah.
so I was like, yeah, that might be interesting to go on New York. But lately I was like, oh, but New York got really bad news lately. Is it gonna be safe to go to New York for?
Yeah, I know. I know. It's like, yeah, you got to know where I've got a brother who lives in Brooklyn. I don't even go to New York. So I don't,
I never
yeah.
went, and I was like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna be okay to do so this time. I'm pretty curious, but I think it's gonna be the event I'm gonna be coming. So if you ever come to New York, we might be in contour.
Yeah, I might. I mean, there's a lot of people that I actually need to see up there. So my wife will do it in a second. Just like we took a long travel month and we just traveled the whole month. I like my home. I like being at home and stuff like that, But yes, I'm hoping if not this year, we'll definitely be making other. But the Vegas trip is definitely on the docket for us. We're gonna go there. I'd love to go to San Diego. Honestly, that's such a nice place to go. But New York makes more sense for me because I have family there, so and some friends there too. So
Yeah, to me it's closer too, and I've heard it's San Diego is nice because a lot of people's gonna go to Disney World. That's
yes, that's
like
right.
the big
Anaheim,
place.
yes, and yep,
But I don't need to go to Disney World really
either do
much,
I.
to be
And you
honest.
just
Not
made your trip more expensive too. If you go to,
yeah, like two thousand
right,
dollar more expensive.
it's a lot. If you want to do a couple days and hopper passes, it's nuts. It's just
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like maybe not a good idea. So I was like, New York seems fine, and a lot of people were like, yeah. And the funniest convention was at New York in
Oh,
the
I believe
last year.
that. I believe it would be a lot. The New York would be
So
crazy. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
so I'm looking forward to this. This is what we put in the our calendar
In the
schedule with
calendar, for
my yeah.
sure.
And for the first time, I'm gonna travel with my wife too because when I went to France, I was alone. It was my first trip out of the
Oh,
country, and I was like completely alone. And oh man, I regret to went
that would have
alone.
been a fun trip. My wife would not have let me go on that trip without her if I did. Because yeah, I mean, she would kill me. She would kill me.
I my wife was she was not gonna be arguing that she didn't want me to go, but she was already going into a vacancy for a 1 week with her mother in
Oh,
Republique Dominicaine.
okay.
So she arrived 2 day after I uh, I was going out in with my
Oh,
plane.
so
So
that would mean a lot to do that.
yeah, so we went like 2 weeks without seeing each other. And that's was the hard part for her. For her. She was like, "Yeah, but you're not gonna be home when I come back." I was like, "No," and she was
Wow,
like,
that's rough.
"And the dog? No, they're gonna be at my sister's home." She was like, "Okay, I'm not sure," and yeah, she didn't like it. And me, the part the saddest was the fact that France was not on my list to visit at all in my life, but after going to Rouen in one of the town there, where Jeanne d'Arc got burned on the stack, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I went to visit that, some church, some cathedral. Dude, this place is so amazing.
Oh, I believe it. I've
Hard
never
to
been there.
picture.
Absolutely amazing.
Oh my god, I was like sad because my wife wasn't with me. I was with my good friend and was like, dude, that's incredible. That's so sad. I'm not with my wife. It would have been like
It would have
so
been
great of a moment.
awesome.
So I'm like, ah, yeah, I don't think the next trip I'm gonna be doing them without my wife
Yeah,
anymore.
especially going to there. Yeah. Oh, but like I said, my wife wants to go to Europe so bad, and France would be absolutely amazing. I saw the videos. My friend Bob Sales, who was there, who actually went to that, he showed all the videos and all that, and it looked great. And did you get to meet the London police there and all that stuff? Did you get
No,
okay
yeah. I mean, I saw them. I didn't talk to them. I saw them the
for the
first
drop?
evening,
Yep.
but
I'm
they
sure it
had
was
too
amazing.
much to do, to be honest. So I was
I
like, oh
believe
yeah.
it. I believe it.
But yeah, that's a great place to visit with your wife, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure you got a few how can I say that? Wait a minute. When you went there, plan to go at least at two other cities than France. You know, yeah,
Right.
maybe the Eiffel Tower is nice, but there's church so big with
Yep.
so incredible thing done with the rocks on them. You have to visit them. Yeah, there's even some of those church they keep the impact of bullet from the World
Really?
War II, and that's
Yep.
like big impact, like big like that, and
Oh,
that's
wow.
all over the church. And you see that they kept those stone particularly because they put the church at fresh sometime.
Yes,
You
they
know,
like renovated it,
yeah,
and
they
but they left
renovated.
that there. Yeah, yeah.
So, but not those stone. Those stone are like protected, but not changed, nothing to
Right.
keep the story in place. And there's oh my god, even every house when you work in like those little street on which only one car can pass through when it's
I
allowed,
saw that. Yeah, right.
the wall of the house are like that
It's
on the street, and
crazy.
you're like, oh my god, that's built like that. That's not like, oh yeah,
Right.
that's like the building does this after it
Right.
went built and they have to done another floor. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they did it like that, so it balanced itself,
Right.
and they put support, so yeah, now it's standing
'Cause it's
kind
all
of right.
original. It's all original, right? And they write it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Europe is an amazing place, and like I said, those small streets, the narrow streets and stuff, and the small towns, like, I like
even the
smaller towns and big
pavement on
cities.
which you're walking is incredible to some extent. Sometimes you're
Yes.
like, oh my god, those stones are like so old, and my
I
friend
know,
was
right?
like, yeah, that's Roman stone. What? Yeah, that's
Wow.
like at least 500 years old.
Wow.
Damn, you know,
Yeah, we
you
got
can
nothing
see the
like that
track
here.
of the whole carriage they had
Yeah,
at some place. Yeah, yeah,
a lot of fun.
I was amazed, to be honest. You have to bring your wife there. She's gonna be
Ye
so
I'm
happy.
jealous you got to go. I was jealous with the people I knew who got to go, but it was so, like, I didn't even know about it until, not too far before, like a month and a half before, maybe a month. I didn't have much warning of it anyways, so
I
but
didn't
yeah.
know either. I had to go there to be like, what the?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in Quebec, Canada. You know, we're like 200 years old.
Right, right,
Country,
exactly.
not old
Right.
at all. Maybe 400 years old. You know, and my population, my ancestor are people that the king of France was sending by boat, and
Right.
those people were criminals and prostitute. So how can I say that? We didn't had a lot of big culture, and our building
Right.
wasn't built like by big architect with super knowledge. No, 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 no. Our whole building, our old regular building with
Right.
brick,
Right.
nothing special.
I
Even
don't know.
our
I've
shape
seen I've
got
seen pictures of
nothing
Quebec. It
to do
looks
with.
nice. It looks nice. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's not bad. I
you know,
mean, but there's nothing
nothing
to
like
do
that.
with
Nothing like
France.
France. Yeah, totally.
Nothing.
I believe. Yeah.
That's something I've like, and because of that, I want to travel more.
Yes. There's so much to see out there. There really
Did you travel
is.
much?
I have not traveled much. I mean, I travel within the United States. I've been out of the country a couple times. I like doing cruises. I just did a cruise to Alaska and stopped over in Canada, but that's about it. Like, I my wife just wants to go all over the place. For me, I don't love flying, so that makes it harder. And if I want to do a long cruise, those are super expensive, right? So
Yeah,
it's like,
a little
so
more
yeah, it's
because
like,
if you're not
yeah,
flying, it's gonna take a lot more time, more
exactly,
expensive,
exactly.
more
But yes,
food, more anything.
But yes, it's my plan to go more. Like I said, my business partner in China, we're going to go see him there or in Thailand because he's got a place there. So that would be fun. Lots of places I'd like to go, though. Lots of places on my bucket list, as they say.
I got a stepsister that are doing a cruise ship.
Yes. Yep.
She doesn't like plane much. She doesn't care. She can't take planes, But if she have the choice, she's like, I'm going on a cruise ship.
Cruise. Yeah.
She said she's better served. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, you have the more opportunity of choice on a cruise ship
I mean,
than.
cruises are fun. I love going on cruises. I did a 7-day one. I could probably do 10. I don't know if I could do more than 10 days. That's a long time on a cruise ship.
Are you
It's a
doing
long
camping with when you're doing a cruise on car for sure?
Oh,
Uh,
you mean I've never done it like where you put your car on there and they take you around like on a ferry, that type of
no,
thing?
I mean, my mind jump a little bit back of
Mhm.
subject because you said you didn't like planes, so you
Yeah.
did cruise, but not on ship. You did some on the road with your car and your family. You went
Yeah,
to
I've done that
Alaska.
too. I do have
That's
like
on car.
I have like a travel trailer, like an RV,
Yeah.
not yeah, I do that too. I do that.
Okay, that's not camping with a tent. You have a
No, 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 I
RV.
don't do
Okay.
that's like glamping. I used to that was when I was in the Boy Scouts. I'm too old. I like the luxury. We just took a trip to Arkansas to go mine for diamonds. So we just drove down there for a couple days and took our RV down there, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I guess you've been there with your family. And you have
I've
kids.
been there 2 other times, not with my wife, but I've been there with my son before, and, we decided to go this time. It's the only place in the country you can go, and if you find it, you get to take it out. I didn't find a diamond. At least I don't think I did. I have some of the material you're allowed to bring back, so I'm gonna go back through it. We'll see. It's like 50 pounds of dirt. So we'll see if I have any diamonds in over the weekend. I'll go through it with my son and we'll see, but I doubt I have. I doubt I
Yeah,
found a diamond. But it's fun. Rock hounding is fun and camping
yeah.
is
I
fun.
think that might be interesting. So yeah, I think we went through so many subjects. I don't know if you want to bring another one. I don't
Yeah,
care. I can talk. I still can talk a lot, but
yeah,
I
I
think
got it. What time is it now? I got a few more. I probably could go for 15 more minutes and then I got to probably get out of here. I'm just looking at the time there. But we can
yeah,
go
it's
until
been
15 after.
1 hour 36 minutes now, so there's no issue. If I have something else to ask, to be honest, I don't know. Do you do you what are you waiting in the new categories that we got on Vivi?
Like what am I
We
waiting
got
for? When
sport lately, music, and maybe comic. If you can,
so
are you
like
waiting something like that?
Oh, am I
In
waiting
that?
for like a specific? I mean, we got a few more, like they would say, Grail comics, like Captain America 1, those types of things, which I don't think we'll be getting. I think we will get it. I know people talk about that, it's controversial that we won't get it. I think we will get it, just not now, not this year. I think we'll get it. Collectibles, Wolverine. I'm certainly waiting for the Wolverine collectible. I know a lot of people are. Um, and I'm waiting just to be surprised, like you said, me. Are we going to get more music? Are we going to, what's Ron English going to do with his stuff? Uh, will there be an airdrop that we get for owning all the, because I own everything from that drop, from the jukebox drop, sports stuff. I'd love to see sports stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
Run English is so much into airdrop or ability to buy the next drop if you got the full set or
Yes, exactly. Right.
so yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right about this speculation. You're gonna have something to drop in the future
Yeah.
for that. But from what I heard with the music side of it, is that Run English was promised to be the first to drop music NFTs on Veve, but there's much more coming.
I
Are you
think so.
waiting for something, because we got Sony Music? I
Yeah.
think like Taylor Swift is with Sony Music to certain Sony Entertainment Music to a certain extent. So are you waiting for some big artists like that
Oh,
or
if we got that, that's it. If I mean, that seems, if we got that anytime soon, I'd be blown away. I mean, that would be, I mean, David and Dan killed it if they do that, because that will bring the masses. If you got a Taylor Swift, I always joke like, oh, if they could just do an advertisement during the Super Bowl or something like that, it would blow the app up. I don't like, man, I wish. I just don't believe that could happen anytime soon, but maybe. I mean, that would be so exciting if they could, if Sony, you got some Sony artists or some other artists. I mean, anyone big would be big for the app and would be
yeah,
fun. It'd be fun to
it
go
could
for.
be Snoop Dogg's or
Yeah.
anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely
But
right.
there's one thing that I think that might be a problem with the VV app and the music is that we got nothing related or we can't use really VV to listen really some music, you know? And that's a little bit why I was speculating about the fact that we're gonna get some other application. And one of them is gonna be VV Vibe, and I think it's gonna be the Winamp. Do you remember Winamp?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the next Winamp. I think it's gonna be
That,
VV Vibe on which you're gonna buy some NFT music. And like that, it would make sense to me that to have another app interconnected with the collectible app, like the VV
right.
Comic app, on which there's mainly music, because music people are not gonna want to be mixed with collectible people. They're gonna be like, "Who are those fucking kids?
Yeah,
We
right, right.
don't
Like
want to be friend with them. Put them
right.
out. We want some music." You know,
It's
we're gonna
actually
be
not
called
a
kid. I'm pretty sure about that.
That's a
I don't
very
care.
good point. Just like we were talking about with the comic, having the comic viewer makes sense. It's a different group. Maybe they don't care about the collectible. When you get to music, if they see I got to go on this app here that has collectibles and comics that I don't care about, music is on a whole other level. Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean that makes sense. In my mind, I was thinking jukebox. We've got Ron English jukebox. Maybe he teamed up with somebody big, and we'll get them. But yeah, I could see potentially having a separate app. That I mean, it makes sense. It would certainly make more sense for them. Plus, it would bring cash into the app and stop people from buying gems off of Apple and Google, which I try to tell everyone on my streams not to do because that hurts everyone by buying gems off of those
Yeah.
avenues, right?
I think that's gonna be one of the key because, like I said, we can't mix really collectible on the first level. Underneath, for the VV verse, everything. I'm pretty sure
Right.
we're gonna have a VV vibe, Winamp. For those who
Right.
don't know, that's a music player that's old OG time from Windows. But
Right.
I'm pretty sure it will be a better idea to have another apps. It's gonna bring more people because they're gonna be like, "Oh, I can buy this music." Yeah, you can buy it. Maybe you can even buy the CDs or the. I've seen lately music people are putting their album on on USB key,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
they're
Okay.
selling these keys right now. And there's
Mm.
like only the music, and you can't erase them really. So I've seen some artists doing that, and I was like, yeah, it might be a good idea to have an app, the ability to buy a digital, physical, and both again
That would
to
be
bring
cool.
people.
I mean, I would totally be interested. I heard some people talking about like, oh man, could you imagine getting like Michael Jackson Thriller album or something like that? Which I know it's not going to happen, at least not right now. Although I think Sony owns that. I think they do. But
Maybe.
there's so much stuff. I mean, that would bring. It's interesting because Vivi has such big IPs. Coca-Cola and Disney and all this. I'm blown away it hasn't brought in more people. I think it would be nice to get Disney to tweet out one of these drops that they're doing. I know they did that for the Golden Moments, and that helped. But they're kind of hands off. I know that even with other projects like Cryptoys and stuff, they're kind of hands off at this point. They'll let you license the stuff, but they don't tweet it out. But man, the music would be huge. That would really bring in a ton of people. If they got one big artist, that's all it takes. You know.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure about that too. I think it's not gonna take much for us to be sure we're on the good project.
Right, exactly. It's so true. It just takes one tweet from somebody big, one maybe even a movie star who likes collecting or something. That right there. I mean, it really
I'm
doesn't
pretty
take
sure
much.
we got some that are pretty sneaky about it. I'm just gonna give a little example. I'm pretty sure the singer of the group Dog Try.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he got some NFT collectible because he's
Re-
a full OG Batman collector.
Oh, there you go.
Man, he got like 12, if it's not like 30, uh, physical mask of Batman in silicone. Some
Oh,
are
really?
collectible piece, and you can see it in one of his song he's doing in live. He done in live during COVID. It's World of Fire. If you want to go see that, that's incredible. You can see on the background he got
I gotta
so
look that
many,
up.
and yeah, that's good looking. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we got good people with big
Like big accounts and they're
yeah.
collectors. Yeah, I've heard of other people. I'm trying to think, was it I'm forgetting the artist, but I've definitely heard there were some people at the very beginning. And then of course we had the whole, Logan Paul, that whole thing,
Uh, to be honest, I've heard, and we're going to maybe close on that. I've heard that it was talking with him when they was talking with him. I have someone that was telling me, yeah, they're talking with Logan Paul. I was like, yeah, really? That's not a good
Right.
idea. And it was like, what
Right.
are you talking about? You're an idiot. And because of that, they stopped leaking me these info because I was like, that's
Mm,
not a good idea. This
right,
guy is
right.
sketchy as fuck.
Yeah,
Like
well,
he's not honest. And now we know.
he's
Now we
not
know with
honest.
Cryptoys and so many other projects. So I'm happy to be honest. It didn't work with them.
Right. I agree. I agree. I mean, you want somebody good, right? You don't want, yeah, somebody who's like you said. We just need a movie star or singer or something like that can tweet us out. But if not, even if not, I think it's still going to be big. That's just something that would make it blow up right now. And maybe
Yeah,
they're not even ready for that right at this moment. They're so close to being ready, though, I think. So, hence the issues they've had with the VV viewer, right? They had some issues with that. So, but I'm
yeah.
excited. I'm excited for what's to come. And, I appreciate you having me on here and getting to talk about all this. It's great.
I'm gonna ask right away. Uh, am I gonna be able to have you in the future for another conversation like that?
Absolutely. And maybe you'll come on my show and I can do an interview with you.
Ah, absolutely. If you want to invite me, I'm gonna be honored to be on your show.
That would
So
be awesome.
as I said, we're gonna stop that right there. It's been 1 hour 46 minutes, so that's enough. That's good for today. Go subscribe to the channel right here, but also to Inform Mint channel. I'm gonna put the link on the description below.
Thank you.
Go listen to his live. A lot of comment, a lot of love, and again, thank you, buddy. See you later. Peace,
Thank you.
everybody.
Peace out.
Yeah. get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.